Good morning, everybody. It is now 3:45 in the morning. I've got the truck loaded up and we're getting ready to go down to West Palm to do some diving. And when we get down there, it'll be nice and sunny. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today with maybe 1 to 2 foot seas. Alright, so let's get ready to get in the truck and have some fun. Alright, we've made it down safely and the boat's just about ready for us to start loading our gear on. Well, we've made it down and it's a beautiful day. Seas were only about 1 feet. This dive site is called Artificial Reef Site 2. Now, it is a series of several ships and other things that have been sunk here, started back in 1985. The first ship that we're on here is called the Owens, which is a 125-foot freighter. Now, it has been ripped apart over the past years from hurricanes. As you can see, over the years, this site has become home to some magnificently colored soft corals and sponges. You'll notice on the inside of the ship all the living organisms that are attached to the walls that don't have any sunlight are a nice red color, and that's from digesting the rust from the metal. While the seas today are a meager 1 to 2 feet, the current is a little bit strong, so many of the divers are seeking refuge from the current on the side of the ship. I love how some of the corals and other animals have formed homes around these old portholes over the years. As I swim down the side of the ship, I think I see something off in the distance, so I stay low trying to sneak up on the big fish. I wonder what it could be. Let's take a look. Oh yes, a nice large barracuda. This guy is probably about 3.5 feet long. Now check this out. This little guy is called a harlequin bass. Now his max length is only about 4 inches and he's full grown. Now here we have a yellowhead jawfish. You can see him darting out of his hole up and down out in the distance. Now he's only about 3 inches long and he lives in this little hole, only come out to look for food. Now what do we have here? It looks like the molted shell of a Caribbean reef lobster. Let's take a look around to see if we can find him. Ah, here he is, hiding underneath this coral ledge. Now as lobsters grow, their shells don't grow with them, so they have to periodically shed their old shell and grow new ones. This little guy is called a balloon fish. They're usually about 8 to 14 inches long. Now whenever they feel threatened, they'll puff themselves up to about twice their normal size. The location for this dive is called Bath and Tennis. Here we have a spotted moray eel. This guy is about 3.5 feet long. He's hiding in this hole because he thinks I might be a predator. But as I get closer and closer, his curiosity starts to grow. As his curiosity grows, so does his self-confidence, and he actually comes out of the hole just enough to kiss my camera. Here we have a rock hindfish. He's about 14 inches long and is a member of the sea bass family. Now this huge turtle is a loggerhead. He actually swims by very quickly, but before I know it, he turns around and comes back for a closer look. He's just as curious about us as we are of him. Now this delectable looking fish is called a glass eye snapper. For most of our diving today, the water temperature has been around 79-78 degrees. But I noticed there's a sharp drop in our temperature all of a sudden. It's about 68, causing this fish to go into shock. Now this dramatic change in the temperature of the water is not really good for the fish or other wildlife, but it's a natural phenomenon called an upwelling. Now this big guy is called a porcupine fish. He's in the same family as the puffer. Well, here comes Eric to let us know it's time for us to end our day of diving. We had a great time and we'll really appreciate you guys coming to watch this video. Now I can't think of a better way to end a great day of diving than sitting with your friends at a nice restaurant seaside.